rail safety in South Africa is not where authorities would like it to be. That's according to the Rail Safety Regulator Acting CEO Mmuso Selaledi, who was speaking on the sidelines of the annual Rail Safety Conference underway in Stellenbosch. Among the recent safety-related occurrences were the train derailment in Paarl, in which 24 people were injured, and the fatal crash that claimed the lives of 6 children in Mpumalanga in August. SABC News reporter Vanessa Puna and videos journalist Clinton Surf have more.
Ensuring the 1,000 kilometers of safety on South African railways is, of course, the most important and also objective of the Railway Safety Regulator in South Africa. Hosting the annual conference here in Cape Town in Stellenbosch today, I'm joined by the CEO, Mr. Mmuso Selaledi, to talk to us about the focus of this year's event as the regulator also celebrates its 21st year of existence. So, very warm good day to you. Of course, South Africa has thousands of kilometers of rail, and of course transporting millions of passengers, but also tons and tons of freight. Of course, your role is to ensure the safety of that rail network. Where are we as South Africa in terms of the rest of our fellow countries in SADC, but also the rest of the world in terms of that safety?
Yes. We are the Railway Safety Regulator. We're an entity of the National Department of Transport. There are 15 entities there. It is the economic heartbeat of the country. In the rail portfolio, it's ourselves, it's Transnet, it's the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa. So as South Africans, we must never look down on ourselves. We have the Gautrain, as us Joburgers would know. It is a best-in-class service that is comparable to service levels across the world. We have PRASA, which is the network, the operator that carries masses of our people on the rail network. They are not where they historically were, but we have seen through productivity levels, they are on a trajectory where over the next 18 months, we expect them to double their passenger volumes. We then have Transnet Freight Rail. Their challenges over the last 3 or 4 years have been well documented. They've gone through a difficult time. But through the initiatives of the National Logistics Crisis Committee, I think they are restoring themselves and looking forward to the best. Other than them, we also have other classes of operators. Heritage operators is the steam trains we have in South Africa. Municipalities, believe it or not, they are also operators. The big mines need to take their commodities from their mines to the main line. They are also operators. From a safety point of view, we are not where we want to be. Year on year, there has been a slight negative increase in occurrences in some of the key categories. We'll announce that when we release our State of Safety report. Productivity levels have begun to increase. They are on a positive trend. We expect the major operators to reclaim some of the lost ground. Comparing ourselves to our neighbors, we are the African powerhouse, but we cannot fall behind. Our neighbors in Angola, the Lobito Corridor, funded through the development finance institutions, are doing great work to restore and bring about changes in that corridor. Our colleagues in Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia are building a network through the 3 countries to connect them. If you look at Tanzania, they've just opened the standard gauge line, the high-speed one. So as South Africa, this conference that we hold is made sure to confirm what we have, to learn from each other. Operators who are doing well, that they keep it up. Operators who are not where they need to be, that they learn and step it up. And we also learn from international best practice and our regional counterparts.
We spoke just now about the issue around maintenance and infrastructure, and we do know that in recent months there have been a number of incidents involving passenger trains specifically. Can you just elaborate on that, and also just perhaps the findings of the most recent, which happened not too far from here in Paarl?
Yes, in Paarl we had a derailment of a PRASA train. It was actually the yellow train and not the new EMU. And in that section, it is a section owned by Transnet but operated by PRASA, which talks to interoperability. We found there that the maintenance practices were not what we expected them to be, and we have issued some directions to the operators. In August, we had 2 unfortunate level crossing accidents, where in the one in Mpumalanga, we lost school learners tragically. In the Northern Cape, we lost commuters, and many were part of one family. In Mpumalanga, it was poor driver behavior that was the root cause of that accident. In the Northern Cape, it is what we would would understand to be an accident in the true sense. At the wrong place at the right time, the commuters in a farming area tried to cross the level crossing, their vehicle stopped and stalled, and the train came. Our focus areas, there are 5 as a regulator. It's derailments, it's collisions on a running line, it's what we call people struck by trains, where community members are struck by the trains, it's what we call level crossings, what I have referred to where a vehicle has an occurrence with the train, and then also platform train interfaces, where you are on the station platform, either you slip, there's a gap between the train and the platform and something happens. We are tracking these and we issue directions to the operators to ensure that we maintain safe railway operations.
So in a nutshell, the delegates to this conference and the main cause or reason or objective of this conference is, I suppose, to ascertain best practice to reach that goal that you said, we need to be as a country in terms of rail safety.
Yes. Firstly, we need to acknowledge and appreciate what we have as South Africans. We have major Class A operators, some who are best in class. Yes, the others have challenges, but the practices they have learned over the years are worth reflecting on, sharing, and ensuring that the industry at large understands technology trends, understands protective measures around security issues we may have, what technologies we may deploy around level crossings. We are talking about open access. Viewers may know that Transnet is going through a separation where they're introducing an infrastructure manager. We have experts from all over the world talking about funding arrangements, how this practically comes into play, and we are all here to learn. Nominated managers are here, the operators and them are here as well. Participants in the rail value chain, which are service providers, original equipment manufacturers, train producers, service providers, we are all here and we are learning from each other.
Sir, thank you very much for your time. Of course, the CEO of the Railway Safety Regulator, just giving us an oversight really into the annual conference, what is being discussed here, and of course, celebrating its 21st year of existence, sharing ideas, sharing knowledge, as well as best practice with its counterparts on the continent.